Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. How are you all doing? Out on the XR again today. So I had a video the other week titled Buyer's Remorse on this bike, and I thought, am I giving this bike enough of a chance? Because what happened was, let me just get turned on and settled in. Let's just get out of here. Roads are greasy. I'm not so sure whether I give the bike enough of an opportunity, and I was speaking to Ryan yesterday at BMW in Grimsby, which is where I'm going now actually. I'm off to go do a review on one of the new bikes, so that'll be out probably next week, so it's something to look out for. It's a really nice new sport touring bike that they've very kindly asked me to go review. So I was speaking to Ryan yesterday and he hit the nail on the head basically. Ryan said, because how it came about, I was talking to Ryan and I was saying I just hadn't really gelled with the bike. You know, I've just, don't know how many miles I've done, but just over 1,000 miles. And when it was at summertime, bear in mind we're in November now, I was always riding my Fireblade in the summer, and I went into the garage, and I am lucky that I've got a selection of bikes, so I am grateful for that. I do work hard for my money, and that's my hobby, and this is what I enjoy doing. But I think that was the trouble, because I'd bought a bike that was sort of a little bit similar to my Fireblade. And please, before you start jumping in the comments, I don't mean performance or looks. I sort of do mean a little bit in performance actually. You know, we've got 170 brake horsepower on this upright bike. So Ryan basically said to me, you've bought a sports bike, an upright sports bike, so it's not really giving me that thrill, or it's too similar, shall we say, to the Blade with regards performance. You know, it's up there. The Blade's 214 brake horsepower, this 170, so you know, it is a weapon, this thing. It really is. And I started doubting myself, thinking, should I have gone with a GS? Because I had one of them before. Is that a bit more suitable for the winter climates? So anyway, Ryan hit the nail on the head, and I thought, yeah, you're right actually. So for the last week or two, I've been riding it in road and rain mode, and it's definitely transformed how I feel about the bike. You know, my initial thoughts 2-3 weeks ago was, I'm going to trade it, I'm going to get rid of it, to today thinking it's a really, really comfortable bike to ride, and I'm really enjoying it now we're coming into these colder climates. So I am glad I didn't swap out for a naked bike or something different, because that was the consideration. I thought, I might swap it out for an MT10 or I don't know, a Aprilia Tuono. It's the wrong time of the year, you know, coming into the winter months, and I was getting real daft trade-ins as well. I was getting trade-ins of, like, I think the lowest one, I'm not going to name the company, but it's a big chain of West Yorkshire, offered 13,000 for this. I mean, that's a piss take, isn't it? 13,000 quid. I mean, the highest was 15.8, which is still shit, but the lowest, 13,000 quid. So anyway, really, I just thought I'd update you all, because everyone was kind enough to comment, and you know, there was a mixed review of comments. So some were saying too early, keep it, you know, it's a wicked bike. Some said trade it, get rid before you lose any more money. But I've already lost that initial hit, because I bought this new 19 grand. I've lost that element of it, so any trade-ins are going to be around the sort of 15 grand mark, aren't they? So I don't think in the next year it's going to depreciate really much beyond that. So if I do feel the same next year, I could trade in for something else. But yeah, I think it's a lovely place to be. And maybe, you know, maybe one of the problems is if you're in a similar situation like me, and you've got the luxury of a few bikes to choose from when you go in the garage. it's a fact, isn't it? You're always going to favour one bike over another. You really are. And my favour for the summer months was the new RRR Fireblade, and without good reason. It's an awesome bike. But now we're getting into winter, you know, I won't be riding it as much. I will ride it, I'll still go out for a blast on it in winter, as long as it's like this. But if it's ice or, you know, rain and it's 2-3 degrees, I won't be going out on that. I will favour this. But this is so comfortable. It really is so comfortable, and put it in that road mode here. That's honestly, it's transformed the bike. I didn't ride the bike in road mode throughout the summer. When I did ride it, I had it in Dynamic Pro all the time, and I was giving it hands full of throttle because it's such an invigorating, exciting bike. And then it got into like the colder months where, you know, October, when the road's getting a bit wet and a bit damp, and traction controls kicking in, and I thought, oh, it's a bit too much this. But like I said, I just dialed it down to road mode, and it's a pleasure. It really is a pleasure to ride. So I've got best of both worlds. If you know, I've got something that's a bit pokey if I want to have a bit of fun when it's dry, or I've got comfort touring, which this is, it's a sports touring bike, and put it in road or rain mode, and you know, Bob's your uncle. I'll just get past this doily. I think that was an XR there. But yeah, look, even in road mode, you wind it on, it's got a real exciting throttle. Not throttle, engine tone. It's awesome. So that's just a bit of an update, really, guys. Emotions change, don't they? And your thought and your processes can change as well in the matter of days or weeks, or in my case, hours. I can say one thing and then think something the next. But that's me, and that's how I roll. So there you go, guys. Just really, it was an update about the XR, and the XR is going to be staying because 2 reasons. One, I can't afford to take a hit of 3, 4, 5, 6 grand on that stupid low bid of 13 grand. I mean, come on, that's a proper piss take. But yeah, I mean, look, if it was maybe a grand around there, I might have considered doing a swap out, but my gut was telling me just to hang fire, just don't rush into anything, because I have definitely, I've missed my bloody turning and all. Look at that, chatting away, and I've missed the Humber Ridge turn off. I'm going to have to go back now. I knew, I looked at the turning and I thought, oh, it's next one. I missed it, so I'm going to have to go around and back. So it's a bit of a bummer, isn't it? And I just put petrol in this. I don't know how much it holds, but I got in £24 summer and I got a bit bored. So I wonder if it must be more than 25 quid. I did put in the good stuff. So that's probably why. But do you know what? I bought the bike because I loved the bike. I bought the bike because I test rode it and I was hooked. I thought, wow, this is a weapon. It really is a weapon. So, you know, I loved it enough to buy it. I put my hand in my pocket. So that's it. So it's staying in the garage and it's staying on the channel. I know some of you think it's a bit boring. But, you know, if it means I can continue riding throughout the cold months with these heated grips, that's awesome. I mean, that's something that my Fireblade doesn't have. And I went out for a ride on it yesterday and I was like, oh god, it's so cold. So these little things make the difference. The tall screen, the heated grips, cruise control, the road mode, the suspension. You know, you can't knock BMW for the tech. And at slow speeds as well, it manoeuvres really well. Quick shifter, and the blipper is just, it's silky smooth. I think they've got the best one in the game. just let you see the Humber Bridge actually before I sign off. And if you're on a motorbike, you get to go through the toll for Aoocci for free. You don't have to pay, which is awesome. Another good reason to ride. I don't know what it is now, it's maybe a couple of quid. How much is it? I don't know, didn't see the sign there, but anyway. It's free for motorbikes, which is awesome. So this is the Humber Bridge, guys, and this is the largest single span bridge in the world. Well, it was last time I checked, so probably changed now. But yeah, what a beautiful thing it is. And I was here for the opening in 1981, I think it was. I was at primary school and I came here for the opening with the Queen. I shook her hand. That's my little claim to fame. But yeah, what a gorgeous thing. It's very windy on here, and they do quite often close this bridge due to high winds, and you do often get the odd lorry tipple over, and that's usually the starting point of the closure. They'll let lorries pass until a certain wind speed or there's an incident, one or the other. Engineering that is. And a quick fact there, actually, when that was refurbished a few years back, it was you know, all the steel, all the cable, everything was painted and lubricated. They obviously put these jobs out for tender, and a company from Poland came and did the work, which is absolutely crazy. Should be supporting our British economy, you know. Obviously the price was cheaper, wasn't it? But how nuts is that? Company from Poland to come and do the maintenance on the Humber Bridge. Anyway, that's my dull fact of the day. Thanks for watching, guys, and you'll be glad to know the XR's staying for now. So I'll see you all on the next video. Ride safe, and I'll love you and leave you.